Hey, everybody. Oh, it says I'm going live. I know I'm a little dorky. That's okay. That's why I don't look my age. You're only still as old as you feel. Of course, I've been feeling 100 years old lately. So I'll make sure I have my live chat on instead of top chat. As you see, I have my red vest on. It's not the official red vest, but it's my red vest. I'm going to put patches on it, 3%, the other ones that are on there. Okay, so tonight the important message is I've got a video from the Patriot Nurse that I'm going to play. You'll just have the audio. And then maybe I will do the Red Vest Brigade Patriot Nurse. If you're watching, you're already a member. Just join up and start wearing your red vest. And read as well. Start wearing your red vest because you love this country. You want to stand up for this country. And we're tired of all the bullshit. So I'm going to play the Red Vest Brigade deal, and I'm just going to sit here quietly and let it play. But it's very important, I believe.
For decades, conservative patriots throughout the United States have recognized that the Clinton political regime has virtually hijacked every branch of our government, the judiciary, federal law enforcement, intelligence services, as well as the media. The Clinton crime family is at the center of power and influence of what we now call the deep state. Despite what the CIA infiltrated media forced upon the votership that Hillary Clinton was a 90% favorite to win, in 2016, over 63 million American family members ignored CIA-crafted propaganda and voted to send Donald J. Trump to Washington, D.C. to drain the swamp and dismantle the deep state. We ignored the polls. We ignored the media. We all now know how the establishment lies to the American people. Thanks to the revelations made available through the WikiLeaks releases, as well as congressional investigations and testimony, we now know that Obama and Clinton spied on their political opponent, Donald J. Trump, as an insurance policy, just in case she lost. To this day, the investigations continue to uncover some of the most egregious crimes in American political history. Deep state operatives within the DOJ and FBI broke the law and their own policies to cover up Hillary Clinton's documented crimes. Even the selection of a special counsel to investigate Donald J. Trump for the bought and paid for Russian collusion hoax has been tainted with corruption. Robert Mueller is undoubtedly the most corrupt deep state hitman in American history, involved in covering up Pan Am Flight 103, the BCCI banking scandal, Wall Street mortgage fraud cover-up, 9/11 cover-up on behalf of the Saudis, the assassination of FBI informant and mafia crime boss Whitey Bulger, and many other incidents. Just think, Robert Mueller is the deep state hitman, charged with fabricating the political assassination and coup d'etat of President Donald J. Trump. The communists are so confident he will pull through for them, they've already filed articles of impeachment before he's even issued his final report. Since 2016, the number of Americans who are awake to the reality that our constitutional republic is in the midst of a coup d'etat has far exceeded the original number of Americans who voted for President Trump to begin with. There can be no doubt that the number of people in the United States who understand how corrupt our system has become far exceeds that 63 million. But the deep state internet and media does everything they can at the behest of the Clinton crime family to suppress the true sentiments of the American people. The deep state media and internet are working in concert to create a false consensus on television and online that the American people want our constitutional republic to be overthrown by Marxism. This is simply not true. The only way we, the American people, the majority of us who have been silenced by the media and censored by Silicon Valley, can stop this coup d'etat is to draw a line and say enough is enough. Tens of millions of Americans need to step up as we did in 2016 to get behind the man we sent to DC to drain the swamp and terminate the deep state once and for all. At least 1/3 of Americans, 100 million of us, would never stand for a coup d'etat in the United States of America. The other 2/3 are simply too, excuse the expression, dumbed down and brainwashed by the mind control techniques practiced by the CIA since the 50s and 60s. This is documented. You can look it up yourself. These American family members can barely take care of their own families, let alone the rest of the country. But make no mistake about it. We love them too and will stand to protect their families if they don't do it themselves. I can say this with 100% certainty. At least 100 million people in our country of every race, creed, color, and political persuasion are fed up with the deep state. Americans want jobs, prosperity, security on the border, low crimes in our neighborhoods, affordable health care, a good education system, low taxes, a stable economy, and to stop the senseless, endless wars initiated for the exclusive profit of the elite. An even greater number would never want our constitutional republic to be overthrown. Over the past several months, we've seen an uprising of the yellow vests in the European Union. Although some of what we're seeing is manufactured by those who need violence in order to use their deep state crowd control equipment to put down any dissent, there's been a virtual blackout of coverage by the deep state media. But despite their attempts to silence the voices of people throughout Europe, the people have displayed their colorful vests and hit the streets for several consecutive weeks. The numbers grow larger, and the imagery is absolutely remarkable. The yellow vest is now recognized as the visual representation of the dissatisfaction that people feel towards their establishment. In the United States, the unmistakable and iconic color of dissent towards the deep state establishment is the red MAGA hat. It's been such a powerful and unifying symbol that the deep state media has had to resort to brainwashing the populace by anchoring the MAGA movement to racism, Nazism, anti-immigration, xenophobia, homophobia, and anything negative that Americans would never want to associate with. We, the people, need to take back the narrative of what the MAGA movement is all about. Just as we did in 2016 with votes, in 2019 and beyond, Americans need to let the deep state know exactly what the fiery red MAGA movement is all about by taking it to the next level. The red MAGA hat represents any American who stands for our country and backs what we originally sent Donald J. Trump to DC to do, to totally dismantle the deep state. And this includes Republicans and Democrats. Now, our brothers and sisters in Europe wear yellow vests as they go on the offense to demand that their globalist leaders leave office. We, the people of the United States, on the other hand, have already removed the deep state leaders from office. We're several steps out in front of our European brothers and sisters as we are in need of defending our mandate in 2016. 63 million Americans voted against the establishment, and now the establishment is retaliating by attempting a coup d'etat and canceling our vote. This is not only unacceptable, we must show the deep state that we will not tolerate it. It's time for us all to let President Donald J. Trump know that we stand behind him, that we stand ready to defend him from those who wish to overthrow him from office. It's time for us all to let President Donald J. Trump know that we stand behind him, that we stand ready to defend him from those who wish to overthrow him from office. We need to let him know that although the deep state media doesn't portray Americans in a positive light, that we exist. We are the silent majority that is ready, willing, and able to respond to the call of our commander-in-chief to surround the White House and stand shoulder to shoulder peacefully to defend the presidency. In this critical time in our nation's history, each of us needs to proudly suit up in our red MAGA hats and our red MAGA vests to form a peaceful and determined brigade of patriots who will put the deep state on notice. If you wish to overthrow the duly elected president of the United States, you will have to get past 100 million of us. We come in peace. We will stand together shoulder and shoulder, and we are not afraid of your threats of violence or even death. We will take a bullet for our president and defend our constitutional republic with our souls. In this peaceful and godly spirit, we call ourselves the Red Vest Brigade. If you are one of the 100 million plus Americans who are ready to defend the office of the presidency of the United States, in our constitutional republic, proudly join us with your Make America Great Again hat, your red vest, your 3%er patch, to let our president know that we stand ready upon his command. Our presence will be known, and the deep state will be on notice that if they attempt this coup d'etat, that they will have to get through us members of the Red Vest Brigade, as we stand shoulder to shoulder surrounding the White House in defense of our president. Most importantly, the deep state should know that we are backed up by a Department of Homeland Security, Secret Service, and members of our U.S. military if they dare try to get past us. American patriots can either order the Red Vest Brigade gear on their own, or you can visit redvestbrigade.com to order your hat, your vest, your patch, and even a Red Vest Brigade coffee mug by clicking the links down below. Once you're geared up, you should take a picture or make a video and send a message to the President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump. A message letting him know that the silent majority not only exists, but we represent a huge percentage of our American population that will not be deterred by the deep state. If you don't have a Twitter account or a Facebook account, don't worry. You'll be able to email us a picture or a video, and we'll help post your message and picture to be delivered to the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. We need all hands on deck. In actuality, the Red Vest Brigade already exists in America. We just need to shock the deep state by letting them know who we are and how many of us are willing to stop them. We need to stun them. Bring them back down on their knees as we did in 2016. We also need to let them know that they can no longer control the narrative of who we are and what we're all about. We cannot allow them to call us anything but who we are. Godly, patriotic American family members who are determined to finish the mission we set out to accomplish in 2016. To learn more and connect with tens of millions of fellow Red Vest Brigade members, visit redvestbrigade.org. May God bless you, our families, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm Peter T. Santilli, host of The Pete Santilli Show.
Okay. That was the Red Vest Brigade. Hi, the American. Thanks for coming in. Well, so yes, I think it's important for that. But I don't know if y'all watched The Patriot Nurse, but I caught a video. I think she made it a few days ago, and I just noticed it today. So I wanted to play y'all. I mean, she's up there with Pete in my book. It's like her, she's like has a really strong attitude towards all of this. And I hope, if she's watching, I hope she is. And, if you guys have not seen The Patriot Nurse, go and check out her channel sometime. She has a lot of good advice on she does like, oh gosh, now I'm drawing a blank. So I am going to go, home remedies and stuff like that. But, she's so for the Second Amendment. It's awesome. So I want to play this clip, and, her fire is awesome. So I just wanted to share it with everybody. And it kind of goes in with Red Vest Brigade. I think she's already a member. She just don't know yet. So here we go. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go.
Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse. You need to be aware of what is going on in Illinois right now. There is a concerted move by Democrats and leftists all across the country right now to disarm the populace via gun control legislation pieces that include registration, confiscation, and bans outright. In Illinois, there's a Senate bill, SB 0107, that's going through the state Senate right now. And this bill mandates the registration of all semi-automatic rifles, commonly known by people who have a 2-second education, as assault weapons. And it makes it a criminal act for people to not comply and to not register their assault weapons or semi-automatic rifles. Furthermore, the Illinois House just introduced within the past couple hours another bill which would give the state the power to spy on people's social media accounts before granting them the privilege of owning firearms. Folks, this is a piece of the concerted effort that's going on right now all across the country to disarm people. And you have to ask yourself, why? What is it that they are planning that would necessitate them organizing all of this and coordinating all of their efforts at the same time? You be the judge of it, but it seems pretty obvious to me that when you look throughout history, that every single instance of firearms registration yields firearms confiscation and subsequent elimination of political opponents. For those of you who are in the state of Illinois right now, you need to be getting together with groups of your friends and having conversations in your living room. And those conversations would include bullhorning people in front of their homes, because after all, if the left has deemed this an appropriate way to engage in civil discourse, to bullhorn people outside of their homes at 2 a.m., to shove cameras in their faces when they go to have dinner, lunch at restaurants, to shout them down whenever they enter and exit buildings, it seems reasonable for me that if they deem it okay, then we should employ those same tactics. Because I'm here to tell you, this whole be on the defensive end and hope that the NRA comes around to save you. P.S. Where are they right now? They're nowhere to be found. Gun Owners of America is actually doing something about this. But this is the thing, guys. Like, we're going to continue to lose and lose and lose and lose. It is time that we stop allowing these people to talk and we shout them down. So for those of you in Illinois who keep saying, oh, my legislators don't listen to me. Oh, I have a liberal senator or a liberal congressman in my district. Make them listen to you. Make them listen to you. This would involve civil disobedience, shouting at them, bullhorning, whatever it is. Let me put it to you this way, folks. If you're not willing to engage in just a wee bit of uncomfortable civil disobedience, there's no way you're going to do anything bigger. And those of you in Illinois are facing this right now. And you need to make some serious decisions as to what you value. You value going to the Bulls game, cheering on the different Chicagoland sports venues. Is that what you value? Or do you value preserving the right that ensures the rest of the rights remain intact? You're going to have to make some hard choices. And that includes doing things that conservatives would view as a little bit uncomfortable, namely going in public places where these people are and shouting at them and shoving cameras in their faces like this, because that's what they believe is acceptable. So turn it around. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Folks, we are rapidly drawing to a time where we are losing every possible avenue for peaceful resistance against this. This is the last hope that I have. That showing up to places in Springfield where these people congregate and shouting them down and shoving cameras in their face like this, maybe you'll get some halt on their progression. But I'm here to tell you guys are in Illinois, you know this, that they've got a super majority right now. Hopefully Central and Downstate can get their game together. But you guys are going to have to get together in the same living rooms that normally you get together and drink beer in and watch whatever games it is. You're going to have a different conversation in that living room. Another thing to consider is having good conversations with your sheriffs right now. I'm fully aware that as we speak in Central and Downstate Illinois, there are talks for nullification on the county level. When you look across the state of Illinois, and this is the same all across the country, the rural areas are red as can be, and the city states oppress the people in these outlying counties. The state of Illinois has the worst credit rating of any state in the union, and it's not because of Downstate, it's because of Chicago and Chirac. Those places take the money and the wealth of the rural areas and they funnel it to their do-nothing, useless, ignorant rabble constituents. And when they do that, those rabble constituents continue to vote 6, 7, 8 times, 3 or 4 if they're dead, and put the same legislators in power that keep taxing and taxing and taxing and taking the wealth and the work of the people in rural areas. And now they want your guns too. Just a little bit of perspective. You may want to get together and have some conversations in your den, guys. Y'all share this video and get the word out. Civil disobedience, confrontation in public, bullhorning people at their houses, that needs to happen. It needs to happen. If it's good enough for the left, it's good enough for us. Because last time I checked, civil disobedience is their little cry of organization, get together and make sure that you make it uncomfortable for people to go and have their little lunch or have their little coffee at their stupid little Starbucks location, whatever. They need to be uncomfortable. They're about to take your rights away. Share the video, guys. If you want to support me, you got options on Patreon, subscribe, star, and cryptocurrency. Links in the description box below. Also links to the co-sponsors of the bill, Collins and Morrison, just so you can call them and let them know what you think about it. Hope it was helpful for y'all. For now, it's Patriot Nurse signing off, and I'll see y'all later.
All right. Man, that's the most I've ever seen her on fire like that. Wow, she was mad, which I don't blame her because, you know, the crap that everybody is trying to do, we do need to be getting in their faces, you know, not hurting anyone, but just yelling at them and doing what they do. You know, maybe they won't think that that's okay, you know, if we're doing it. Because it's not okay to really get up in anybody's face and start screaming at them, but would y'all do that? Would you get it up at someone's face like they're doing and screaming and telling them what you think? I did call that that hoochie mama senator from Arizona. The only way that they'll, and I wished I had a zip code for Arizona. And oh man, because you know, I called and got through, and you know, I said that she looked like a hooker, which she does. I said, you know, she's not a very respectful person. You know, she's supposed to be in there sitting, doing stuff, and she's dressing like a hooker. And she said, I'll be glad to pass the message along if you tell me what your zip code is. And I was like, it doesn't matter what my zip code is. I'm an American citizen, and I don't think it's appropriate how she is conducting herself in the Senate. I mean, to me, it's ridiculous. And she does look like a two-bit whore. I'm sorry, but she does. You know, that's just not appropriate. Ugh. I mean, good grief. You can tell what she's after. Maybe she got her position like Kamala Harris did by blowing, I don't know, but those people. And I saw a tweet from President Trump. He said that, I mean, we already knew this, but, you know, I'm not every day on there looking for stuff. It's just, it becomes overwhelming and raises my anxiety, so I can't do it all the time. But he was talking about all the illegals, and even the Patriot Nurse was just talking about how they vote in 2 and 3 times, 4 times, and a couple of times if they're dead. And, you know, so I would almost be willing to bet that if they took away all those votes and re-looked at everything, there would probably only be 1 Democrat in the House and maybe 1 in the Senate. Everybody else would be Republicans. I would almost be willing to bet that. So I wonder if they can redo it. Hey, Cole. Glad you're, be safe. Stop texting and driving. That is not safe. Stop. Shame on you. So I don't know. What do y'all think about that? You know, should we go up in people's faces? And, you know, I don't think I would do a bullhorn, you know, and not by myself. I'm a little bit of a chicken. You know, it's like nerve-wracking want to, you know, go out there and be in people's face. But back, let's see. Gosh. Deanna says, hi, Cole. Gosh, I don't know when Gardner was running Lupinhicker or Hickenlooper. I don't know what that guy's name, Lickenhooper, Hoopenlicker. Who knows? Anyway, whenever those two were running back, it's like, it was before Trump ran. It was like, well, Obama was in office and everything. But the Gardner guy, he stopped in the Democratic thing and down in the valley, was right next door to a dispensary. But I waited around and talked to him, and man, I was like so nervous, but I was letting him know what IBM was doing. You know, they would they were letting, if you're married or if you're gay, your partner can be on your insurance and stuff. But if you're just living with your partner, like male and female, they don't allow that. And so I brought that to his attention. And he said, well, that doesn't sound very fair. And I said, no, it doesn't, does it? And then that's the year that the CEO of IBM, he started doing something for Obama. I don't remember what it was, but all of a sudden he was like in charge of something Obama had going on. And I was just like, I was shocked and thought, what the F? All right. Uh-oh, I'm hitting stuff. Hold on. Okay. I got to read this. I got tired of spending years talking to people who do not want to listen. Maybe I did some good. Yeah. Well, Deanna, you can still, like, planting a seed, God will make it grow. You can make little comments like what I used on dude over here whenever I got in an argument about, he was a Bernie Sanders fan. And I was just, trying to not start confrontation. I said, oh, he got screwed. He should have been the one running. And they got offended. And I was just surprised, but I ended up pulling a Ben Shapiro on them, saying, look, say there's 5 of us here, counting you, and I give you, or you take out $5 bills, 5 $1 bills, and you hand one to everybody. Who's better off, you or them? It made him think. So you can say stuff, oh, that's okay. You can still do little seed plantings just like that, I say Ben Shapiro. I like some of the stuff he says, but I don't like everything. He's a cocky little dude. And, he's very smart. But, he just all he reminds me when he gets in his mood. He reminds me of Total Recall when Arnold Schwarzenegger had the lady suit on, the robot, 2 weeks, and then he started shaking like that. That's why, that's corny because they don't look anything alike, but just the shaking of the head, I giggle and think that looks like Ben Shapiro. I used to listen to him for about 6 weeks. Then he seemed too weird. And yeah, he does seem flip-floppy for sure. And it's like, you either stand with our president, the country and our Constitution, or you don't, Ann Coulter, she's digging her, and I love her fire too, and how she puts people in their place. But it's like, man, just because, there are people stopping him, President Trump, from doing stuff. But he'll get that wall built. I don't know. People do not need to be flip-floppy, that is for sure, because you just can't do that. You're either Team Jesus or you're not. Like they were bringing up, somebody brought up that Adam Green guy on the Pete Santilli to show today. And I thought, I do not care what happens to that guy. I'm sorry that he's being accused of something he might not have done. I don't want that to happen, but I don't care what happens to him because he's always hating on Christians and he's hating on Jews. So I really don't give a crap what happens to him. That's his battle, not mine. Now, if he was a Christian, that would be a different story. I'd be standing up for somebody who is fishing out of the right side of the boat, but I just cannot stand for any lefties paid by Soros. Even though he seems to be a political person, he's not. He's blaming everything on Christians and Jews. And that is not, no, that's a no-go with me. So let's see. It is definitely a war to win with the narrative. Yep, it is. And, you know, we are fighting a spiritual war, whether people want to believe it or not. We are, you know, the devil is knee deep up to here in it, you know, like I don't know them all. I can't, you know, I'm not good at memorizing stuff, but the four hidden dynasties, it's economics, it is, oh my God, political, it's the school system, and it is the churches, you know. So like you see the Omen and how Damien was scared to go into church. No, the devil's going to be right in there, you know, trying to turn people. So those are the four hidden dynasties of the devil. And oh, what is that guy's name? Harvey. Oh, shoot. I can't remember his name. Steve Harvey? No, that's that black guy, right? Oh my gosh. Anyway, he had a thing, and it's been around on the internet. I'm sure you guys have heard it, but it's like, if I were the devil, and you know, this dude wrote this like a long time ago, but it is true in every single word. So I knew you had heard it, Deanna. But yeah, do you remember that guy's name? For some reason, I cannot. I don't like to use the word hate, but I hate evil stuff. Me too. You know, we should hate evil stuff. You know, why should we stand for it? You know, I don't know. I just, you can pray for people and all of that, but you know, God's going to have to take control. You know, some people's eyes are meant to be closed right now, you know, and they're going to be closed up until the time Satan makes his appearance. You know, and we have got a fight on our hands, and it's just going to get worse from here on out. Oh, Burr, Deanna. Burr. Ooh, I do not miss Minnesota, girl. I feel for you. Let me grab my blanket for you. Sorry. Just messed up all my covers there. That's funny. No, it is. I'm going to see what the temperature is here now that you got me thinking about how dang cold it is. You know, they're evil people. They're going to be wishing it was that cold where they're going, I think. Good God. I get these dang pop-ups with like pumpkin patches in them. Oh, it's 25 here, Deanna, and it's going to be 13 is going to be the low. Woo. Does that mean I'm 50 degrees warmer than you? I should do the tossing water in the air. Ooh, girl, videotape that if you do. I think it has to be like boiling water or something, maybe. I tried to fry a egg on the sidewalk before. You know, it was almost hot enough. I should have tried the asphalt. That's even hotter. So maybe next time. I mean, that was a long time ago. Randon was little, and I was just trying to have fun, and because my mom would never do stupid shit like that with me before, so I thought I would make sure I did it with him. Oh my gosh. So I'm like maybe 75 degrees warmer than you. Oh man, I do not miss that coldness. Oh no, are you guys still there? I hit something. Hold on. Holy cow. I have no idea how that happens. Maybe I have a ghost in here tonight. No, I did think I saw a spirit yesterday. and that might have been why I wasn't feeling good. But you know, they just seem to just pass through now and not stop. I mean, this cabin is over 100 years old, and it used to be up in the Rocky Mountain National Park, or I think it was an office or something like that. Or I'm not exactly sure, but it's an old cabin, so I can imagine them being energies around and stuff. But I was watching, and this goes with political stuff too, I think. I was watching this Shepherd's Chapel, and I posted it on MeWe. It's the one featured now called Don't Argue with Satan. And oh, yay, I'm going to have to go as soon as this is over and check it out. Okay, good. Yay. And he was saying that Satan was fighting with Michael for Moses's body. And Michael, he actually did not argue. He just said, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord God rebuke you, or something like that. And I thought, man, if you come up against some evil people, you can definitely do that. Don't argue with them, because it kind of feeds them, feed the beast, feed the beast. And argue, that just feeds them, arguing with them. Whoever's evil, if it's a ghost, if it's a person, just say, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. And, if you're a true, honest follower of Jesus and you believe all of this, then it's going to work. They're going to leave you alone. And I've heard people that have seen UFOs have heard, and that's, L.A. Marzulli said this. He said, rebuke it first, ask questions later. And so, they've rebuked it in the name of the Lord, and it went away and nothing happened to them. So, you can totally, I think it goes for anything evil that you come against, because we do have that power over them. And why not use it? What's that song? I've got the power. So use it, and don't be afraid to. Yes, the American, tell us how cold it is where you are. Ooh, man, 25 below. No, thank you. Get up here where it's nice and warm. You would think it was a heat wave going on up here today, Deanna. But do you guys have any questions about any of that, or comments or anything? I just lost 2 people. I bet one was cold. No, I don't know. But yeah, and also tomorrow I'm going to the library, and I'm going to check out, if they have it, I'm going to watch Cold Mountain, and then tomorrow night I want to give a movie review. So if there's a chance you can watch any of the movies I suggested, then you can give me your feedback on it too. But I want to see about getting Cold Mountain and watching that and giving a review on it and let you know how I liked it, Deanna. So I think that would be kind of fun. Oh, burr. Yeah, that's like a heat wave to hear. Where are you at, the American? I think you've told me before, but I forget. Yeah. 45. God, that sounds like Oklahoma. All right. Yeah. And like I said, Jesus of Nazareth is a really long movie, but I could watch that 3 or 4 times a year. And yeah, the McClintocks, that's the one that I really want you to watch. It's funny. It's a good, it's not one that'll make you go, I have to be choosy on my movies. Choosy on my movies, that's kind of a rhyme. But yeah. So yeah, the McClintocks, that's a good one. And I think they do have that on on YouTube, and you can watch it for free. So that'll be oh, that's warm. Carson City. That's like history, isn't it? I love history stuff. You know, I went to oh my gosh, what is that Arizona town? The Wyatt Earp town. Oh, I'm like completely drawing a blank. But I would love Carson City. I'm 4 weeks into healthy eating, however, buttery popcorn tastes amazing. Ooh, buttery popcorn, a dill pickle, and a Coke, and a chocolate bar. That's what I always love to eat. And I could eat a Hershey and a pickle at the same time. And so I thought it tasted so good. I actually made chocolate covered pickles one time. It was pretty good. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll make some chocolate covered pickles and send them to you, Deanna. No. Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Man, that would be nice. I heard that lake is, wait, what big lake is around there? That's not like the name of the lake, is it? I'm so dumb on that stuff. I'm sorry. But there's like a lake I heard in Nevada that's like going way down. I think it's in Nevada. Lake Mead, is that it? I'm so terrible with that stuff, you guys. I'm sorry. But the history stuff, man, love that. One day I'm going to go to Gettysburg. And you know, and sadly, a lot of this is ghosty stuff too, but I like the history first. And then, you know, I'm not going to look for ghosts, but if ghosty stuff happens, then it happens. And I might have it documented, but definitely Gettysburg. I've got to make it to the Alamo. And, you know, there's like places in Nevada, in Arizona, Tombstone. That's it, Tombstone. You know, I did go to Tombstone. That was neat. I would have liked to, you know, been there more than just a couple of hours and just kind of explore the area and stuff like that would have been neat. Okay, it is Lake Tahoe. Okay. I was thinking, I know that's a town, but is that also the name of the lake? Because we have Lake Estes up here, so you just never know. And I know Albert Lea, Minnesota has a lake in the middle of town, and that was pretty neat to see that too. So, so yeah. Oh, Albert Lea, yeah. My mom used to live in Clarks Grove. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Aw, did you go in the basement? Just kidding. I know there's no basement. I always think of Pee Wee Herman and his big adventure trying to find his bike. What a great, stupid movie that was. If I watch it now, I have to zoom through a lot of it because I think, oh my God, this is so dumb, but it's hilarious too. I don't know. But yeah, I've got to go see the Alamo. Being a Texan, I think every Texan should at least do that once. You know. Deanna, here's a trivia question for you. And I don't know if we talked about it last time, but did you know, you knew they filmed Grumpy Old Men in Minnesota, right? So where do you think they went ice fishing? Do you know that lake? You can't cheat and look it up. I'm kidding. Part of it was but then like when they went ice fishing, it was Lake Rebecca by Rockford is where they did the ice fishing part anyway. That was kind of neat. And the only reason I know that is because I lived in Rockford and my mom was running the, to me, they're all trailer parks, mobile home park, whatever they want to call it. And the same mobile home park that a lady lived there that she adopted her child out to, she let Ted Danson adopt her daughter. And it showed that mobile home park on in the National Enquirer. And I thought, oh my God. I mean, that was crazy. People would do anything for money. Rockford, Minnesota. It's by Buffalo and Medina. Tiny little town. I worked at a place called Burger and Chicken. They had little tiny hamburgers like that. And then the big, then they had the regular size ones and stuff like that. But yeah, Rockford, Minnesota. It's near Buffalo and Medina. And oh gosh. There's so many little towns up there, Colorado, I could probably tell you a lot of the towns, but right. The cities. I don't know if I could ever live in Minnesota being cold, but I don't think I could ever live in Texas either. Again, like to visit, but so far I like it here the best. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What time is it? Well, it's almost time to go meet at Pete's house, you guys, or Pete's place, I'll say. Pete's house. So I'm going to end it here, and hopefully I will have a movie review for you guys tomorrow night. And I'll definitely, everybody go to get on MeWe if you're not already and look up me. I can't speak for Deanna, but look me up, and I'm friends with everybody. I have had to block. Oh my God. I'm glad MeWe is this free, and I have the power to block whoever I want. I don't like getting dick pics, okay? Because that's just not what I want. So I block those people, and it's like, what are they thinking? But I'm glad that MeWe is free enough where people can do that. And I have the choice to block them if I want to. So, but okay. Yeah. I hope I never bring up dick pics again. Sorry, you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. And if you do have any movie suggestions, please keep them in mind and let me know tomorrow night. And I love you guys too. And I'll see you over at Pete's place. Bye.